Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand. Happy New Year, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Saturday, January 1st, 2022. If you removed all the space that's in between all the particles in your body, there wouldn't be enough matter left in you to fit on a pinhead. We are all mostly space. And if we looked into that matter on the pinhead, we would see that matter is not matter at all. It is energy. The whole universe is energy. It's a huge sea of energy. This world, as we know, is changing rapidly. And so are all of we. And keeping our vibration skyrocketing every day, we will begin to start manifesting everything that we desire. And visualizing what we want, see it as if it's already here now. Feel it in your bones, that it has already been manifested. Period. Life, this life that we're in, is this amazing exploration of taking radical responsibility for being happy and free. Just do it, because you're choosing to enjoy your life more. Your only real job that you've got in this life is to enjoy each moment that you are alive. This means appreciating every single situation you get into and letting the world be as crazy as it is. Allow all the people to express themselves in whatever way their soul needs to let it rip. By giving others this radical freedom means that you also get full permission to let it rip too. Isn't that how we want it to be? We all deserve much more joy, freedom, and pleasure. So let's enlighten our load today and welcome in more giggly, goofy you this year. Try it out. Try it out for the next 3 days, just to feel how good freedom feels. Amazing things manifest when you feel super free. And we will all enjoy hanging out with you so much more. Everybody already knows your deep secret. That way down inside, you are this playful, fun child who is innocent, easygoing, and feels super lucky to be alive. They say whoever can have the biggest belly laugh at it all will always be our very best guide. Really enjoy the rest of your day, and you have full permission to let it go. One thing that we see in this life is an illusionary storm. Find the center of the cyclone of life, you'll discover deep, profound peace. The center of this cyclone is life. The mind often acts like a storm of energy and information, spewing out all sorts of thoughts and ideas about this world. It can make the world around us seem chaotic, exciting, boring, or way too much to handle. Our minds are like an overused machine that never gets a break and is always very, very, very busy. All day long, it's spinning around its thoughts, channeling thousands of miles an hour about this and that. It's as if our minds are caught in their own cranks, wheels, and gears, spinning in the same patterns for years that it once created. If you are caught in the whirling mind, these turbulent thoughts can make your life appear as if it is off course. It can feel like you are being tossed in many different directions, as your mind can throw out random harsh thoughts at you like, hurry up. Why did you say that? You don't have time for this. Get a real life. Why did you mess that up? Get back to work. What am I having for dinner? The mind can be rude, mean, and make you feel inadequate. It can take you down these roads of thinking that can make you think there is no happiness inside. Living in the mind is utterly, truly, and completely exhausting. It's a good thing that there are many ways to get off. When each of these thoughts slamming into us, we may notice that we have the choice to react to them or just watch them sail by. By reaching to all of the crazy mind chatter or reacting to it, you will be thrown back into the tornado of life. If you choose instead to sit back from your mind, become the observer, you will discover that you can create a comfortable distance from the observer. You will discover that you can create a comfortable distance from every thought that passes by. Finding this observer in you is where you'll become the master of the winds of your psyche. Set the intention right now to recognize the personal nature of your typical storm. You may notice that what are the concerns, responsibilities, and fears created by your mind, and how they are truly an illusion. There's really nothing that has to be done. You are connected with existence, and that is enough. You don't have to do anything or be someone special to continue to exist. Your mind may believe that something important needs to get done, or else you will die. Yet this is the height of fear-based thinking that creates those 300-mile-an-hour winds and a hurricane lifestyle. The truth is that we all are complete, whole, and truly perfect exactly as we are now in this very moment. You don't have to do a thing to be perfect. You were born divine. No matter what happens in the chaotic outer world, your divine inner nature will always remain untouched, undamaged, and complete. Believe this for 24 hours and see what happens. And yes, you no longer have to suffer in this storm. You can find the oasis of calm that lies at the middle of each moment. The secret is to learn how to quiet the mind, reconnect with your divine nature. The easiest way to do this is to remain present to what is. This can be mastered through learning meditation. The more you meditate, the more you realize that you are not your mind and that you are infinite and untouched by any winds blowing around you. Practicing meditation means simply, in silence, watching the crazy mind chatter as it comes and goes. It is like sitting and watching the distant clouds move across a peaceful sky background. Our true eternal essence is the blue sky, and our thoughts are the clouds. The more we observe these thoughts without buying into them or get caught up in them, the more we detach and find the vast infinite stillness inside of us. And over time, we will be able to recognize the silliness of getting caught in the mind and become truly free from its grasp. It will be a glorious day when we remain centered, no matter what crazy storm is brewing around us. If you're tired or if you're tried at meditation and it just hasn't worked for you, then try a different way to meditate. Slow down whatever action you're doing and be more present to the experience. You can do a walking meditation, eating meditation, drinking meditation, non-alcoholic, of course, showering meditation, and even doing the dishes meditation. Don't give up on training your mind to find peace inside. It will be worth it, and it will be worth everything in the end. If you have become so fixated on your thoughts that slowing down doesn't work, then it's time to use disciplinary measures. Several times a day at random in this coming week, try this mind-stopping experience. Take a deep breath into your body. It's okay to take a deep breath right now. And before you exhale, whisper the message, stop, into your mind. Release the breath, then let your body become solid and completely still like a stone statue. Let the breathing slow way down to where you may even stop breathing for a few moments and explore the silliness. Show the mind that you are the boss here, and let the frozen-like energy cease all physical activity inside. When the body finds stillness, the mind will soon follow. Just let everything come to a complete halt and bring your attention inside on who or what is looking. While it may take about, 30 seconds or so or more to find the calm, present, eternal observer, these moments are worth the price of finding peace in the center of your cyclone. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure that we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax these bodies. Period. Head to toe, inside and out. The way we do this is we focus on our breath, our breathing. Breath in through the nose, easy, slowly, and breath out through the mouth, easy and slowly. And focus on this rhythm of breath. Now, you all know that when you do this, you move out of the mind. You leave the mind alone. You leave the ego alone. You leave the subconscious mind alone. You still them. So your chatter, that mind chatter that we all have, is gone. We don't have it. We leave it alone. And this way, continually focusing on the breath, you stay in the now. And the now, the very moment we're in right now, is all that we have, moment to moment. We have no guarantee that from breath to breath, moment to moment, how long we have left in these bodies. We don't know. We have no idea. You could be walking along and a bus could hit you. You don't know. So that's why we focus on the now. Not the future and not the past. Just the now. And this keeps us within ourselves and with the God that we are. And the more we do this, obviously, the more our journey within goes. The more we become aware. And the more we master the ego mind, because we're watching them without judging them, and we're learning how they operate. You eventually will get to the point where you will have a thought, and you will know that that is being controlled by the ego mind. And you will dismiss it. You will not embrace it. And that's just how we all get to master the ego mind. And when you master the ego mind, it will find out for itself that it is no longer needed, and you will be totally free. Now, all of us have memories, and we experience them, and we choose to experience them. And it's fun. And we have our library in the subconscious mind. We all have a private library where this body stores everything. Everything, doesn't matter. It stores it all, good, bad, and indifferent. So we'll go into our libraries and we'll watch and read and look at the pictures that in that moment that we had experienced and see how nice it was. And other times we'll look at things and say, well, that wasn't too fun there. But it's fun to do it. But we don't stay there. We get out of there. And if you were to look where you're standing and see for yourself that you're standing on a circle, a golden circle, and you look straight ahead, this is in the center of 3 golden circles. And the one you're standing on, you look and you see this path. And it's canopy. These trees have formed a canopy, and they're all shimmering gold. And the path is this beautiful, vibrant, emerald green grass. And you notice that it doesn't look like it's hardly ever been used. And then you look to the left, the past, and you see the same configuration, the same path, but it looks used. The one on the right, the future, also looks used. And it's our choice. What path do we take? Do we take the path now and stay there? Or do we kind of wander off into the past or the future? Unfortunately for many, they never stay in the now, and they don't even identify what the now is. They're either in the past or the future. So when they're in the past, sometimes they stay so long that they bring the past into a future that doesn't exist. They create that future from that past, and they relive that past in that future. That's why a lot of people will say, no matter what I do, I always end up here. And then there's those of us, and we all go into the future. Even though we're creating the future in the now, we still want to know what's coming. When are we going to have something? When are we, it's like, when are you going to be healthy so you can enjoy your life? Or we ask, when am I going to have enough money so I can enjoy my life? Or when am I going to meet this super person? When am I going to get a better job? And when am I going to have a better boss? And all these things, constantly. And that's why these paths are so worn. But in the now is all we have, the moment to moment. As soon as that moment's gone, it becomes the past. So doesn't it make sense to focus as much as we possibly can to stay in the now? Focusing on the breath. The breath is divine, positive energy. It supports the body that the God that you are is in. And the God that you are powers the body for the body to be able to produce the breath. So our breath, in the physical world, it calms us, it eases us, it relaxes us, it empowers us, it focuses us. It is absolutely spectacular. Although many of us use it and we take it for granted, and we actually sometimes forget to breathe. So that's why we focus on the breath. Always. You will know immediately, as soon as you start focusing on your breath and listening to it, you'll be in the now. There's no other place when you do this. There is only the now. And when we understand that, and so people, how do we know the body is relaxed? Because it gets light. It feels light. You're not thinking. You're not wondering and worrying and stressing and fearing. It's not there. Because as long as you're focused on the now, it won't be. None of that stuff is there. Now, if we look inside these bodies, we know we're not the body. We are not the name, the character. We are not our status, our owning things, having things. We are the God. So when we look at these bodies and we see we are intimately connected to them. We power them. We flow through every blood cell right down to the quantum core. And when we see these 7 lights in the body, from the tailbone to the head, top of the head, what are they? Well, they're spiritual, etheric energy. We are spiritual, etheric energy. Omnipotently powerful. So these lights, known as chakras, chakra definition is wheel. These are wheels of light. And these wheels of light that we flow through means that we know everything there is to know about this body. We know how it operates. We know when it has issues. We know everything right down to the quantum core. All of our emotions, the body's personality, the character, all of it. So doesn't it make sense that eventually, as we continue to journey within, we will discover that we will be able to heal these bodies at a blink of the eye? Period. No issues. We aren't there yet, but we're moving in that direction. A lot of self-discovery on this internal journey. Now, we also are consciously aware. Consciously aware means that what? That we know that we are and from the highest, we're of and from the highest of the highest, highest, deepest of the deepest, deepest, purest of the purest, purest, eternal love. We know this. We are love. And we know that these souls in these bodies are what? They're the God. They're the heaven. Heaven isn't a place. Heaven is you. The God that you are, each of us. And these bodies are what? Earth. So we are literally heaven on earth. And what we do is that since we're consciously aware, every step we take, we're creating paradise. Literally. And we're shining our light. Our God force, love, light, energy, which is in these bodies, each of these bodies. And what is that? That's pure love. And it's saturating everything on this planet, in it, above, and below it. Infinity never stops. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe. Now, we know that we have parts of ourselves, the gods that we are, that are asleep. They'll wake in their own time. They're with us all the time because, of course, they're part of us. And we also know that parts of us are awake, consciously aware to a certain extent. These are the parts that we interact and communicate with. It doesn't matter if one of us is a billion light years away. We're still all one. The illusion has always been the separation, where we believe, because of these bodies, that we are all separate. And that couldn't be further from the truth. And we're in the number of gigaplexes. So one gigaplex fills this universe with not even 1 square inch of sacred space to spare. And these are trillions of gigaplexes coming from trillions of universes in every direction. Now, this is all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Moria, Medantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua. All of the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath her. All of the off-worlders, the galactics, the celestials. All of our loved ones who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we have inhabited. Now, the light energy beings on and above and below this planet are in different light spectrums. Because the eyes that we have, we only see 1% of what is. So we don't see the infrared beings. We don't see the violet and the ultraviolet light beings, the green light spectrums, blue light spectrums. We don't see these light energy beings. But they're there. They come in shapes, colors, sizes, forms, and configurations. But there is a group, and that parts of it we interact with on a daily basis. Fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur. Now ask yourself this question with that body that you're in. Would you be able to stay in that body if there was no air for it to breathe? Chances are not. No, you wouldn't be. And if that body did not get water on a regular basis, you wouldn't be able to stay in that body. And I believe that if we didn't have fire, we wouldn't be able to stay in the body. We didn't have soil or earth, we wouldn't be able to stay in the body. So there's many things that would not allow us to stay in the body with these magics, these elementals, which are phenomenal. There's another thing we take for granted. Now, the archangels, their civilization vibrated at a different frequency than we do. This is why we don't see them like every day like we see each other. But they are there, and we do interact with them more than we know. And we interact. As a matter of fact, how many times you come across a stranger and you cut up a conversation, and you feel, kind of like it's very familiar, like you've known each other before. And that's true, because that God in that body is part of the God in your body. So how would you not feel related or one? Other times they come and they help you when you're thinking or you're feeling that it would really be great if someone was there to help you with whatever you were doing, and then someone does appear. Now, you don't correlate it. You don't really put it together a lot of the time, but sometimes you realize that was an angel. And when you're talking with somebody at random, out of the clear blue, a conversation, sometimes you will say after the conversation, that was an angel. Now, they have the same message that they've been delivering to us for thousands of lifetimes. And the message really boils down to, isn't it absolutely magna glorious to be alive in these bodies? And absolutely it is. It is a privilege for us gods to have the opportunity to live the physical world, to experience it. And when you acknowledge this, you understand it. This is bliss. And, we don't think about this much, but when we're not in these bodies, we don't eat, we don't taste, we don't take showers, we don't go to the bathroom, we don't do anything like that. Nothing. We don't laugh, we don't cry, we don't smile, we don't frown. See, the physical is where you feel. That's where you feel. And now you can see why these bodies are so enticing for us. We can do a lot of things in the physical world that we don't do in the etheric, the spiritual world. So every single second that we have the opportunity to experience these bodies, do it. Feel in gratitude all the time, 24/7 for that body. Be amazed on what will transform in your life. Always be in gratitude. Now, they can surround any one of us at any one time, tens of thousands, tens of millions. Because of their vibrational frequency, they can hold a large number in a small area. So if you want them to, ask. And with a blink of the eye, they'll be around you. That's bliss. Now, the ascended masters, they've ascended into physical form. They've mastered physical form, okay? They've ascended into physical form. They've mastered physical form. They have ascended out of physical form. They hold pure consciousness, God form. Now, we have ascended into physical form. We are in the process of mastering physical form. We create our experiences to perfect our creation. Now, the off-worlders, the galactics and the celestials, over 1,000 species travel through the solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. Now, we're familiar with a small group. Pleiadians, Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans, Felines, Zeta Reticuli, Anunnaki, Nords, Greys, Draco, Reptilian, Golden Pyramid Avian. This particular group has been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And in a way, we're all gathered arm in arm, hand in hand, infinity-wise. We're never separated. We're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one. And we're all God. And we are all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond and forever. And it continues to intensify. It continues to expand and grow. We immediately form a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. This light, this circle of light, what's its origin? The God force, love, light, energy in each and every one of us. The pure, deep, eternal love. The peace, the gratitude. It is so bright that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take 1 billion trillion suns to even come close to its brightness. And we are flooding this planet head to toe, inside now, all life, the highest supreme value in the universes, with this love throughout infinity, blasting everything. Now, we begin to ascend above the planet, and as we do, we're met with this massive ocean of glitter. And the best way to describe it and see it through your heart, mind's motion picture is it a wonderful fireworks display, never anything like we've ever seen on this planet, a grand finale fireworks display, and a super phenomenal laser light show. And like a ballroom globe, mirror globe in a ballroom, reflecting light slowly around on everything. This one's 1 trillion times larger and 1 trillion times more intense. You combine all that, and that's about as close as we're going to get describing our gathering of consciously aware beings liberating this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. Now, we're curious, so we go to the reflective points, and we notice these little tiny microscopic, perfectly etched mirrors. So we enter them. We enter these mirrors. And when we get into them, we notice and discover that all of us, in all existence and beyond, are learning and teaching each other. Always, infinity, learning and teaching each other. Without a doubt. We're either students and teachers or teachers and students or both. It's like the tree that you see. The tree isn't the life. The God within it is. The bug on the rug. The bug isn't the life. The God within it is. The leaf on the tree. It's all gets for everything. And we're always learning from parts of ourselves. But even though you look at the body that the God is in, to experiencing that body, a lot of us don't correlate that. We don't identify that. That bug is the God within it, as the God within it is a part of the God within me, in everything. When you watch a bird fly, do you learn? If you choose to, did you understand what that bird is? We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light we created to remind us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that from head to toe, inside and out, we are protected throughout infinity and beyond. Head to toe, inside and out, with a white fire armor. This white fire armor comes from the gods within each and every single one of us. Pure, deep, eternal love. It is endless. So all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, cannot get near us. They'll vaporize. Their frequencies are so low they couldn't sustain it. So they leave us alone. Same with the demons and possessions and attachments. So we're always protected. We always have been. Always will be. Ever, beyond, and forever. Yet, only you have the power. Only you that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough, whether consciously or subconsciously or unconsciously, you will create a breach in your white fire armor. And this will be done by what? Greed, anger, hatred, revenge, worry, stress, fear, hurried, dishonesty. That's what will cause the breach. And allow all lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come rushing in. Now, if you do decide to do this, and then you've got possibilities of demon possession and attachments and all kinds of interesting things. But if you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with a double column of light. First part of this column is what? The purple transmuting flame. We created this to remind us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, and we can send them to pure consciousness where they are no more. The other part of this column of light is the violet ray. This is a part of the column of light that we created to remind us all that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony to the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. So we continue to ascend. And the next light that greets us is the golden white pink light. This is a column of light that we created, all of us gods in these bodies, to remind the soul that we are the sunlight, the sunset and the sunrise. We are the rain and the rainbow. We are the skies, the clouds. We are the trees and the forest and the soils. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams, the animals. We are literally everything, and everything is us. So the next time you see a rainbow, or you view an ocean front, or a sunset or a sunrise, most of us will look at it and say, isn't that beautiful? But then there are those of us consciously aware enough to say, that is the God that I am. And that is coming from your heart mind, not your ego mind. That is the God that I am. And that is a fact. We continue our ascension above the planet. And as we do, some of us step outside of our physical form and hover effortlessly above it. If we're carrying physical form. And why do we do that? Well, number one, it's fun and that we can. We come into full contact with this crystalline light tower. In the center of this tower, this column, is an oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is a golden white ball of light. And it is surrounded by multicolored rings of light that never seem to end. Now, the golden white ball of light is the deepest of the deepest, deepest, purest of the purest, purest, highest of the highest, highest, eternal love. And all of these create this super white mist. It's like it's sparkling and electric arcs and everything in it. And it is absorbed into our heart mind. And it's like a warm embrace that never ends. And then we have gratitude, well-being, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence. Prosperity, tremendously great prosperity, and tremendously great abundance. And we discover that all of that is a reflection of the gods within these bodies that we all are. We see our meditative sphere. It sets center circle. We created this sphere, all of us, in these meditations every day for the last almost 4 years. Well over 1,700 of them. Now imagine that. Hundreds of millions of us, consciously aware, focused on this planet and its total liberation, on it, in it, above it, and below it, with the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love. And these meditations, they don't disappear. They don't weaken. They do the opposite. They continue to intensify, and they continue to expand and grow. And we can tap into them anytime we choose. If the only prayer any of us said in our whole life was, "Thank you," that would suffice, Meister Eckhart. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose. And an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. Any of us get no more and no less than what we believe we deserve. And Melvin, you get no more and no less than what you believe you deserve. And understand that we all deserve the best of everything. So take this with you for the rest of this first day of 2022, for the rest of the day and to the evening and night and the following morning. We will return here January 2nd, 2022, 3 p.m. Eastern to continue our global guided meditation call.